Joining us now is House Intelligence Committee Chair, Congressman Rick Crawford. Chairman, thanks for joining us. You watched yesterday, I'm sure, seen some highlights. Are you going to build on yesterday, or are you going to look to redefine and expand on what they went over?
I think this is one of the opportunities or one of the advantages of going second. You get to sort of, as you suggested, build on the themes from yesterday. But I want to point one theme out. I think that all of those principles alluded to, didn't say directly, but when we're talking about their ability to target the homeland in various ways, whether that be through ballistic missiles or whether it be through cyber, what the common theme there is now the United States has become contested space. We've never had that dynamic before. We have always felt like we were secure and insulated from these types of activities on our homeland, and now that's just not the case. And that's why it's so important to take heed to what these intelligence officials are saying, and also don't forget that we're in the middle of a government shutdown with DHS. And this is not the time to be playing games with funding, and our intelligence community is repeating that message. We've got to redouble our efforts, and we can't play politics with funding for DHS.
I know, but we've been saying the same thing for 3.5 weeks, and nothing seems to get done. So everyone's a little frustrated, let alone the people making $40,000 and we're told they're not being paid.
Right.
So let's talk about drones. There was a report today that drones were spotted over the military base that Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth, the secretaries, are staying. Things like that. You could have a beat-up ship off our coast in international waters. They could send a one-way attack drone. We heard about California. Now we could see D.C. being a target anywhere on the coast.
Right. I think one of the biggest challenges we have as it applies to counterintelligence and securing the homeland is a failure of imagination. What happened on 9/11? Who would have ever imagined that some crazy people would fly planes into buildings and into the Pentagon and so on? Who would ever think that someone would park, as you said, some broken down ship off the coast and launch a swarm of one-way attack drones? But it could happen. We need to start thinking about that. Those things can happen, and they might if we're not diligent about our counterintelligence posture here at home and making sure we support our intelligence efforts overseas.
So here's a statement I'll read, and I'll have you build on this. From our intelligence community. While al-Qaeda and ISIS maintain the intent to launch operations targeting the U.S., the most likely attack scenario in the homeland involves U.S.-based lone offenders. You know, we see the guy that shot up one for the National Guard, for the ROTC. We had him on our radar. We find out about the guy from Senegal. He had an arrest record, and he ends up shooting up a bar over in Texas. He ends up in New York. He got himself in trouble. We hear that we have these people on the radar, but we don't really know about them until after they attack. Do the FBI need additional permission to act proactively?
I'm not sure they need additional permission. I think what we need to understand is, counterintelligence and law enforcement are not one and the same. And so you have to adopt what as a former bomb tech, I use this analogy all the time. You have to adopt a left of boom posture. That is to say, threat mitigation before something happens, because after the fact, what you're dealing with then is consequence management. And so you can take someone to jail after the fact, but we didn't prevent the act. And so we need to make sure that we're properly staffed and postured for counterintelligence threats across the enterprise. It can't just be about one agency being tasked with this huge array of threats that exist to the homeland. We have to spread that out across the enterprise so that we have a more robust counterintelligence posture.
And we got to make sure other intelligence agencies from other countries, when we have an American go overseas and go to those dicey areas, they have to tell our FBI what's going on. So when they come back, we stay on top of them, like the Boston bombers, for example, and the guys from New York that did their little attack 2 weeks ago. Thanks so much, Chairman. Look forward to your committee meeting today.
Sure
Still
thing.
ahead.